What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be making some changes and improvements to the Harbor Freight motorcycle lift. If you didn't see my first review episode of the lift itself in stock form after I built it and put it together, check the top right of the video and click that link to see my initial review. Someone reached out on Instagram after watching that video and suggested some improvements, one of which I was already thinking of, and another which was a better idea. So let's take a look at how the bike looks right now and what I think we could improve on. Alright guys, so I got my R1 on the Harbor Freight lift, and as you can see, I did take off the front wheel chock. It just wasn't going to work. It didn't line up. I didn't feel secure with the bike being on there. As you can tell, I have a very limited garage space. I don't have some crazy nice garage like a lot of other guys that are out there making videos, but hey, you know, maybe I'll get there someday. But we did remove the front wheel chock, and the biggest thing that I noticed that we could improve on is the grip. Even with my pit bull stand, I can go like this and slide the bike forward. I mean, that doesn't put a lot of confidence in me. I park my bike on this every evening, so you know, having some grip, especially on the ramp to get it on and off, I think it's definitely going to make a big improvement. So not only that, someone reached out to me on Instagram about this wheel chock. It's made by Pittsburgh, Harbor Freight brand, of course. And he parks his Gixxer on it and lifts it up all the way every night. So we can install this guy on the front. It doesn't use these front 3 mounting holes on each side. So after we've laid the grip tape down, we're going to put the wheel chock on, and then we are going to mark the holes that we need to drill through because it doesn't use the holes that are already on the lift. It's not made for this lift, but you can make it work. So once we draw the holes in, drill it through, we will have a nice wheel chock that after a day's ride or at night or whatever's going on, we can just roll the bike into the chock. It's secure. Then we can throw the rear stand on, and then we are good to go. So I think this lift has potential. I'm a little bit skeptical. You know, it is what it is priced at, you know, a very affordable price, but you know, like I said, you get what you pay for. And if we can improve it, then I might change my mind about being able to recommend this. So let's get started with throwing grip tape on the whole thing, and then we'll take it from there. We picked up some grip tape from Amazon. They actually sell these in various different sizes, but usually used for skateboarding, but we're not skateboarding, we're riding bikes. So this is looks like 11-inch roll, and then I believe it's, I don't know, 3 feet long. So we picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls to start. I don't really understand the mustache, but we won't be using that. So we got 7 rolls of grip tape. I'm hoping that this will cover the entire lift. If not, we can order some more, but we'll definitely make some progress. and get this thing started. So we'll start laying it down. So to get this started, I'm going to line it up with the rim or the edge of the lift, and then we're going to apply it to the end right here, and then simply just roll it back while you're peeling away the paper and lay it down. Alright, so we just finished up with the sandpaper. Made sure to get the ramp. We do have one roll left, so that means we went through 6 11 by 30, I believe, rolls of sandpaper. I'll put a link in the description below from Amazon if you're interested in getting these. But I'm also going to heat up the lift since it is pretty cold, and hopefully it'll adhere better. Because I am seeing, like right here, this is kind of coming up a little bit. This isn't really popping down, or staying down at least, as best as it could. So we're gonna use a heat gun, just kind of go over the whole lift real quick. Like I said, we got the ramp done as well. I did go in a horizontal pattern instead of vertical because that'll help reduce it bending up at all when the bike is going on there. And the last piece that we have to do is this piece that covers this void right here. So we definitely have enough paper, and then hopefully we'll have a little bit extra to cover up this. And I mean, I'm not too worried about this. My OCD is getting to me. It's telling me to cover it up, but it's not the biggest deal. So this is definitely more of a priority since that's where the back tire goes up the majority of the time. So we're going to heat it up, make sure everything is settled, and then install the last bit on this piece right here. quick thing I wanted to mention, so heating up the grip tape is super crucial to this. The lift itself was cold when we put the tape on, so really it wasn't adhering that well to the entire lift. So now that we heated it up, it softened the adhesive and the material. Now you can see in the reflection, it's actually gripping now to the diamond cut pattern, which is in the steel. So you can see there in the reflection. Now, you know, you see here, here, here. So heating it up allows it to grip better and also adhere better. Especially when you're not putting it over a smooth surface. This is meant for skateboards, probably not meant for lifts, but whatever. So, all right, now we're gonna tape up that last portion that fills this void right here, and hopefully we have some extra tape to fill in the empty spots. And there's the finished sandpaper product on the lift. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with it. And here's my mess. Right next to the R6. So let's get that chalk opened up and get it installed. So here's the wheel chalk. So essentially, this is going to mount right here, right at the edge, the edge, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to measure it even from side to side. And then we have to mark the holes to drill into the lift. So once I find out the exact diameter of the bits, I'll let you guys know. These are pretty hefty screws though, which is good. I mean, you're, you know, balancing the front end of your bike on something like this. So once you roll your bike in, the front tire goes over, it hits this bottom part, and then closes probably like this at this angle. So then your wheel is straight at all times, and then the back would just be, you know, standing straight because of the chalk itself. The guy who I messaged on Instagram said to drop these two side bolts. There's 3 settings. So he said drop these side bolts to the most lowest setting, and that will work the best for street bike tires. So we will give it a shot after we drill the holes and mount it up. And yeah. So it looks like these bolts are pretty heavy duty. Big diameter, you got a washer, crush washer, cylinder spacer, and a nut at the bottom. And then these are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 bolts there. So let's figure out the diameter for the drill bit, mark our holes, and then we will start drilling to be able to fasten this down. We're going to use a 9/30 seconds to mark our holes. This is just going to be a pilot hole. So try to make sure you get it as centered as possible. Alright, got 4 pilot holes, so we'll move it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna grab the drill. Alright, so we got our pilot holes drilled out. Everything's pretty much spot on. Did a good job with that. So now we're going to move to a bigger bit to open these up a little bit more for these bolts right here. 3/8 did not work. 25/64. And that's it. So 25/64 is the correct size for these bolts. So for this, they want the cylinder spacer to be underneath, on top of all the holes. So we'll put all of these there. Alright, cylinder spacer. Now this would sit on top. Now, bolt would go down. It has a square flange on it to make sure that, you know, it sits flush with the base so it won't turn. There we go. And then for the last one, square flange. There we go. Alright, so we got the bolts put on. Now let's see. So it's a little bit hard to get on camera, but these are 17s. Alright, now let's just do a quick check to make sure that no bolts are interfering with the scissor style table. Nice. Looks like it works. Alright, let's check out if she works. Okay, so I actually think the middle hole for the swivel point of the chock is going to push the tire more forward, which would prevent this bit of sway, because I'm not happy with this at all. And this tire is pretty much as forward as it can go without any force from anything behind it. So we're going to take the bike back off, adjust it up one, and then we'll see how it fits in. Alright, let's give it one more go. I think we got it figured out. Well, it's more snug than the first time. Just wonder if raising it up one more would pinch the tire a little bit more and make it sturdy. But at this point, I don't feel like it's the chalk. I feel it's the quality of the chalk. I mean, it's definitely way sturdier than the first time, because the front tire is more pinched. But yeah, I don't feel too bad about that. So let's throw the pit bull stand on there and see how sturdy it is then. If I could just get the front wheel pretty much locked in to where it's not leaning back and forth that much, just so I can get my rear stand on, it might actually be pretty, might actually work out. So let's get our pit bull. So we'll throw this, get rid of our handle. It's pretty sturdy. Pretty sturdy, I gotta say. One thing I don't like is when you push it, the bike into the front chalk, the back lifts up, which is not cool. So, I don't know. Alright guys, so after putting everything together, I want to give you my honest thoughts of what we did here today. So, the wheel chalk, I'm going to be honest, it's cheaply made. It's Pittsburgh, it's Harbor Freight. Yes, you get what you pay for, I know. The problem is that the metal is bowing when you put the bike on there, so it's hard to actually get the wheel straight and pinched in the front of the wheel chalk. Another problem is this lift is actually the center is actually most weighted in the rear and not the front. So if I step on this, I mean, you can see there is no support in the front to, when you push the bike into the chalk, the back kind of tips up. It's a little sketchy, but I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, it's a little bit sketchy. This probably isn't meant to be parked on every night, to be dead honest with you, but that's just my situation. I work on my bike a lot, so I've always wanted a lift to even just do simple stuff with the rear wheel. So let's see. The grip tape helped. I definitely appreciated that improvement. But yeah, so far I just still can't recommend this thing. I just can't. You could not put the chalk on and use like a head lift or a forklift stand and lift your front of the bike up here. The only problem with that is there's no lip right here, so your front stand could roll off if something were to happen. Then the whole front of the bike is going forward. That's not good. What else? I probably could maybe move the chalk back a couple inches. But then still, you're having the problem of the chalk bowing because it's not strong enough metal. So right now, I don't know. I'm going to use it for a little bit, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. I don't know. Maybe until I'm not comfortable using it anymore. And I'll definitely give you a review or a final review if that is my determination. But at the moment, I mean, if this is what you're comfortable with, kind of making it work because it is cheaper than a real lift, I get it. That's what I'm doing. But can I recommend this as, hey, you know, this is going to save you a lot of money and it's a great lift? Unfortunately, I just can't. I wish I could, but I can't. So, yeah, maybe there's some other improvements that we can make. Some of the guys in the comments have been helping me out with, you know, some ideas on what we could do, but this is where it is for now. So, yeah. If you liked the video, please drop a like. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the section below. I respond to all the comments that I get and questions. Love chatting with you guys. Subscribe for future content. I do have some new rides coming out, riding footage, coming out, and some garage footage as well, so you don't want to miss that. And as always, ride safe and stay tuned.